Hey everybody, me again, different place. Today I'm going to be talking about the GOP, Grand Old Party, the Republican Party. If you were to ask me, how would I rate them? I'd rate them at level 0. Why would I rate them at level 0? Well, that's because they are, like UKIP, shit. And why are they shit? It's because they've got people in them like, well, I don't know, Mitt Romney, Rick Santorum. Did I say Rick or Mitt? Mitt Romney, Rick Santorum, Rick Perry, Paul Ryan, Michelle Buckman, and loads of others, Sarah Palin, Christine O'Donnell. Even English people know who those fucking idiots are. And, well, I have to say something. I'm glad, and it almost makes me proud to be British, for the fact that we don't have people like that in this country. They are... No, I've got no problem with religion, everyone's got the right to freedom of faith. But giving fundamentalist Christians the power to dictate our lives, isn't that a little bit unconstitutional, which is something they're always banging on about, the GOP. After all, it does say the separation of church and state, and yes, to we Christians that means the church doesn't get to dictate the state, not the state doesn't get to dictate the church. You need to get that right. Oh, and to the people that deny it, Christine O'Donnell, it is written in the Constitution. I know that because I've seen it. But the GOP, what makes them such a shit party? I'll tell you what it is. I'll just give you a few examples before I move on to the proper ones. You've got people like Newt Gingrich, a man who divorced his wife who had cancer, claiming that she wasn't attractive enough to be the future wife of a president. You've got people like Rick Perry, a man who says that there's something wrong with America when gay people are allowed to serve openly in the military, but, and I quote, children aren't allowed to openly celebrate Christmas. And you've got people like Rick Santorum who say that once they become president of the United States, they will immediately go to war with Iran. That spells World War III in my opinion. And all the others I could nitpick with, but let's go on to the proper reasons why they're a terrible party. Any party that views a very small limited government with no subsidies on any corporation and complete free market capitalism is a terrible, terrible idea. And I'm sure you've worked out why. Now, I believe myself in small government, but if we were to let corporations dictate over us, you have got just a worldwide nightmare on your hands. If we aren't polluted enough, can you have any idea what these factories that corporations run would do if they had no regulations on them? Well, I can tell you one thing. They would pretty much bring back slavery, terrible wages, awful pollution, fly tipping, or as you Yanks call it, just dumping, and a lot of other terrible things. However, this isn't just about what corporations do, it's about what governments let them do. And if the GOP win in America next year, not saying Barack Obama and the Democrats are great, they're far from great. In fact, Barack Obama is a pretty damn bad president in my opinion. They will make things 10 times worse. And why? They've got Mitt Romney leading them now. Now there's a lot of women that say, oh, he's so good looking, so handsome. Yeah, do you know what? I remember people saying the same thing about David Cameron, and I don't see a fucking smile on anyone's face right now, do you? No. Mitt Romney is also a Mormon, once again, not having a pop at Mormonism, but, you know, pretty terrible religion that believed that, you know, when it came to the Holy War, those that fought with Satan became demons, those that fought with Jesus became angels, and those that chose to remain neutral were born cursed to have black skin, which is the Mormon explanation for the Negro race, as they put it. So yeah, they think black people are born black because they refuse to fight in the Holy War. That's nice. But yeah, anyway, the GOP, the Grand Old Party, formed by Abraham Lincoln, for all the good reasons. Funnily enough, he was the man that freed the slaves. Can't really see any of them doing that anytime soon. If anything, a lot of them probably want to bring back slavery. And not just black people, everyone. They want everyone to be a slave under corporations. To any of the Americans watching us now, no matter what you believe in about taxes, about gun control, about what Barack Obama's doing, about what we're doing abroad, if you vote for the GOP, you lose. It's basically voting for the Tea Party as well. The only people that seem human in the GOP are people like Ron Paul and, oh wait, that's it. and even he has a lot of dire policies. Yes, I agree with him, the Federal Reserve should be ended, but once again, I'll have more on that later. But just to clarify, the GOP or the Republicans and the Tea Party, worst in the world. How they managed to rule that country and not let that country become completely obliterated, I don't know. George W. Bush, you really were stupid, and it doesn't take an idiot to figure that out. Even David Icke said, a man that believes in reptilian shapeshifters, that you probably can't even tie your own shoelaces properly, let alone run a country. And I don't see how Mitt Romney will either. Tie his shoelaces or run a country. But either way, this concludes this video. As I said, do not be fooled by right-wing lies. Do not be fooled by anti-scientific shit. Do not be fooled by fundamentalist religion. Think. Think critically, think skeptically, think for your fucking self. GOP, you just got Gohooshd. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. Like, subscribe, peace.